Three teens face armed robbery charges accused of attempting to steal vape cartridges in a Tuesday shooting and car crash at a busy Rockford intersection around dinner time. Complicated story. Here are some of the details. Investigators say a teen got into the back seat of a white Hyundai with three other people and attempted to sell the cartridges to them. But according to the police report, the would-be seller was pushed out of the car, which went over his ankle. Another car with two people inside followed the suspect's car, which investigators say was stolen. And shots were exchanged between suspects in both vehicles. That led to a crash involving the stolen car and a non-related vehicle. Officers say three teens got out of the car, the one that was stolen, and took off running. Police arrested two minors and 18-year-old Terrence Prashon from North Carolina. Investigators say they also found two loaded guns, one with an extended magazine, in that stolen vehicle. All three suspects are now in custody.